Hello, everybody. Welcome to In the Pursuit of Something Real, a podcast for the dreamers and the doers. My name is Ashley, and I've been running this channel, Adventures Across, since 2017. If you're new here and didn't know that, Happy New Year. It is feeling so good to be fresh and in a new, canvas of a year, to have this clean slate in front of us. And what better way to do that, to move forward into this new year, than to, come up with some good intentions, right? That's one of my favorite things being an Aries, is getting to start over again. I love fresh new beginnings, and I always feel so much positive energy around new beginnings. So for me, at the end of last year, I came to this realization after I took a break from work for the holidays and really sat with myself basically we went on this road trip. And on road trips, my favorite thing to do is to just stare out the window. We don't listen to podcasts or anything. We just listen to music and stare out at the great beyond. And out in the Southwest, there's a whole lot of nothing in some areas, so I got to stare at beautiful nature. And while I was doing that, I realized that I kind of have a problem, right? And this is a problem that I have talked about on this channel several times. I've written an entire poetry collection about this problem, and it's my addiction to the internet and my addiction to screens. And I guess part of it is I am fascinated with where the world is right now, where we can communicate and reach people that are thousands of miles away from you. And I just love that. I love connecting with people and having a unique perspective on life and the world. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find those types of people in my local area, so finding them on the internet has been my go-to, and I like that. I enjoy it, but it is to my detriment. And my personality gets really caught up in all the metrics and the statistics and stuff about running a platform. And I will admit that the last few years I haven't been growing, and it bothers me a lot. But I haven't been putting out the things that bring me the most joy. So this year, 2026, my focus is on happiness and doing things that bring me joy. And to do that, I need to focus and be disciplined. And going on this road trip made me see that my screen time was way too much for what I really need it for. So that is why I am going analog. Before I go on any further, I wanted to read you a poem from this book, Befriending Shadows, which is my latest poetry collection, and it is all about this inner world of being somebody that's a creator. And I'm not going to say that I'm a content creator, because that's not what I do. I'm an artist. I paint, I write music, and I write books. So I'm not creating content, I'm creating art. And it's been challenging for me to share my art with the world and be okay with the internet. So I wanted to read you this poem called Ether Swim. And it's about where I've come to recently, and also in this book, about how this internet shit makes me feel. Okay. What's the point of all this madness? The more we have, the more sadness. Is there an end to comparison and contraction? We as souls desire expansion. Who's a voice in a vast ocean, if no one can see me in all this motion? Surely drops are minuscule in that water, a hive mind mentality all drowning. Off the ethers I feel myself content, amongst simple like-minded folk whose presence doesn't make me choke. In tiny towns across this land I see before me laid out my plan. A whisper reveals a new blueprint for life, one created to end my strife. I feel it awakening in me, living in harmony with real community, talking and communing with trees, writing poetry, music to sing, unleashing my true destiny. My place is not within the ocean, spreading reruns on the net. It is here in this physical life I live, a life without the debt. The biggest impacts we can make, if it's humanity we want to wake, are to be with each other in physicality, talk to our neighbors about new realities. Pursue truth by going within. There's no need to internet swim. So, right, that poem is for me and for all of the other artists out there who are really tired of using the internet for everything. Go out into your community and see what is lurking out there for you. Alright, now back to my plan, because if I don't have a plan, I will talk for an hour. So, this episode is called Going Analog, and what I mean by that is like literally going analog. I have to put really tight restrictions on my screen time so I can focus on my physical life, focus on the dreams that I have started and the projects that are turning into a pile of overwhelm into my life, and to start completing things and to find happiness. And, right. So why am I doing this? I sort of shared this with you in the beginning of the episode. My nervous system is, well, it was totally fried. Completely, totally fried. And when I get like that, I get into this survival mode, and everything in my life becomes my enemy. Pretty much. My job becomes my enemy. Cooking, taking a shower, just everything. And then it's funny because I fry my nervous system up with the technology, but it's not rest that I go and seek when I am feeling this fried way. I go on my phone even more. So it's just a never-ending cycle for me. When I get like that, I am overstimulated and I am cut off from my creativity. So I can't get anything done, and I loop in my old habits. It becomes this strange addiction and I can't shake it, and it's so toxic. It just makes me literally crazy. Like, I start to spiral and feel like I have psychosis or something. And then I fall into a pit of depression. And when I get into this depressive state, right, we all probably experience depression in some way, but I just feel hopeless and like there's nothing good in life and there's nothing to look forward to besides for the Groundhog Day of wake up, go to work, make dinner, go to bed, wake up. You know the drill. I know you know the drill. So The only way we can get out of depression is if we decide ourselves to walk out of it. No one will come and save us. No one will ever come and save us. And that is a really hard truth to accept in this life. We have to be our own saviors, and it takes a lot of effort. So the easiest way for me to get out of this depression and to start chipping away at my overwhelm is to take away technology from my life. The plan. What is the plan of going analog? Because it's not 100% possible to just not be on anything. We live in a day and age now where you need to use your phone, you need to use the computer, so I have to do those things. So for the week, like the schedule for the week for me is 1 hour of screen time a day, meaning like phone and computer. And you would be surprised at how hard it can be sometimes to only do that 1 hour a day. And then I have 1 day a week that I'm allowed to go on my computer and have 4 hours of screen time to work on something like this podcast, or I'm a writer, so I have to go and work on writing projects. So that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. It might be hard, but it's going to make this whole internet thing so much better for me. It's also going to help me focus on what is most important for me to be putting out and sharing on the internet. I am sort of like an impulse poster sometimes. I mean, in my mind I am. I definitely am not like posting content every day, but I like writing essays and diary things, and I'll put those out on my blog, but they take up a lot of my time, and I'm not able to work on these other projects that are going to bring me more joy. So by limiting myself, I'm not going to be posting as much on my blog. I really like making these video podcasts, so I want to focus on these for a while, and we'll just see what happens. My goals for doing this, I want to complete the projects that I have started, and right now I can think of a dozen projects, like book projects, like Befriending Shadows. I have a few painting series that I'm working on. I have a musical album that I would really like to record, and I have been waiting to record it for a long time. So, going to complete the projects that I have started, reconnect with my soul. This was a big thing with the technology. It completely cut me off from my spirit and my soul, and I stopped listening to my inner guidance when it came to like what I wanted to create, and I started creating things that I thought people would enjoy just based on like researching stuff on the internet and doing market research. And I am sorry, but I just think that is total bullshit to sacrifice your soul and your calling and what you feel most happy to bring into the world, to throw that away just to do something that somebody else says is going to perform well. Like, go fuck yourself. No, I'm going to do what I want to do. So I'm going to reconnect with my soul, trust myself again in my own wisdom. I'm going to influence myself instead of being influenced by others. This was another big thing, is I was subscribed to so many different like Substack newsletters, um, to so many different people on Instagram, and I get inspired when I hear other people's stories, but to only spend my time on a screen reading about other people's stories, I don't have any time for myself. I don't know what my soul is trying to influence me to do, you know? My goal is to get a clear, relaxed mind full of optimism and joy. And I want to get forward momentum and take action in my life. I have a whole beautiful box in my heart full of dreams that I want to bring into the world, and these are the things that are going to serve people and bring more like beautiful things into the world, right? I'm sure we all have a box of dreams in our heart. And the point in our life is to slowly take the things out of the box and bring them into reality and to manifest them. And we can't do that if we don't take action. So this year that's what I want to do. Take as much action as possible that feels good, that's calm and relaxed, and start bringing these visions into reality. So how am I going to only be on my screen for 1 hour a day? Well, I'm really lucky and my job is hands-on. I don't need a phone. I don't need a computer to do my job because I'm a window cleaner and I get in the car, get in the truck, go to work, and I spend the day cleaning. And while I'm cleaning, I always get ideas and stuff, so I'll probably get one of my notebooks, like this notebook, and bring it with me while I'm cleaning in my tool belt, and if I get an idea, I'll write it down or something. But I'm lucky and I don't have to work on a computer all day. If you're somebody that wants to do this and you can be flexible with your work, perhaps look for something that is more hands-on. And yes, it's true, it can tire you out much more physically, but you have time to come home and after you eat dinner, like think about it. If you work 8 hours a day or 6 to 8 hours a day, that's part of the day. You sleep for 8 hours. You're up to 16 hours, and then you have like how many more hours left of the day? 8 more hours. What can you do with those 8 hours? It's kind of incredible to think about. I was spending between 4 and 8 hours on my phone every single day. And that disturbed me because I could be spending, at least 2 of those hours every day working on something that's going to bring me closer to my dreams. So, right. If you're able to get a physical hands-on job, there are so many options for that. You could even start a business. If maybe that's part of your dream, you want to start a business. Okay. We don't have a TV, period. We live in this camper and it's very small. There's 2 TV mounts in here, but the first thing that I did when we moved in here was I took the thing off for the TV. And it's somewhere. I have no idea where it is, but it's not with us. TVs are made to program you. Whatever it is that you're watching on it is programming you to do or think or believe in some certain way. Why do you think they call it programming? So, we don't have a TV. And if we want to watch something, we will take out a computer, but we haven't watched anything in quite a long time. I hide my phone when I am at home. So, put it in the bathroom put it under the pillow of my bed while I'm in here. Just keep it away. And then turn it on silent. I check it a few times a day to make sure no one, needs me, which most of the time no one needs me, so it's fine. Hide the phone. Replace your apps with real things. So, this is like my ideas book, the sketchbook. I've also got a planner, a book for poetry and writing songs. This is a journal for exploring, or I'm taking like a journaling course, and it's about rediscovering who you are over an entire year. A normal journal that I write everything in. And then, of course, like sketchbooks. I've also been going to the library a lot because the library is free. You can get knowledge for free at the library, but when you look for knowledge on the internet, you are spending your peace of mind while you're on there because you're getting inundated with ads, you're getting inundated with other people's opinions and thoughts, you're getting inundated with these apps that are designed to be addicting and to keep you on your phone. It's not healthy. So I go to the library and I get some books. Just this last week, I was able to finish like 2 or 3 books, not being on my phone. And like, hell yeah. In real life social groups, there is a group for everyone in every town. And if there isn't, perhaps it's a calling to start something. It doesn't have to be difficult. It could be like starting a knitting circle for young people, or starting a weekly picnic where you gather with people who want to share their poetry. It could be anything that you want. I am in a concert band. I play bass clarinet, and there's 40 other people in the band, so I have people to talk to. My job is pretty social. I get to meet new people in the area I live in. And then I'm in a skate club, a roller skating club, so I skate with my friends. I have some new friends that I do that with. I'm in a little moon circle with some other friends, and every full moon we gather and we do herbal projects and crafts, and we make a meal together. So there are tons of ways that you can have a social life in real life, and it is so much more wholesome and fulfilling, I think, than being online. Because the people online, they can be there for you emotionally, but they can never ever be there for you in real life. And that was a really hard thing for me to like accept. Read books. Just stare into the great beyond outside. Just look out into nature. Walk in nature. Go spend time in nature. Nature is probably one of the best things to help with an overstimulated nervous system from this type of stuff. Just being online too much. Cook most of your food. It becomes a new hobby when you have to cook all your food. And I've become quite the meal prep person. I have been meal prepping a lot lately just so I can have more time to work on projects in like bigger chunks of time instead of like 15 minutes here and there. I food prep for like 3 days, and then I have those 3 days I can work on my projects. And then listen to an FM radio. And maybe that sounds cringy, but I have found 3 stations that I can listen to around here. One of them has no commercials. by some miracle, there's a radio station that doesn't have any commercials on it. And then there's a classical radio station. Classical music is scientifically proven to be better for your brain anyway, so why not listen to it? And I'm a concert band musician, so it helps me anyway with that part of my life. And then there's like a easy listening radio station around here that I listen to. And then another thing is to cancel all email subscriptions that you have. Or like that's one of the big things that I did, because I am a chronic email checker and I will check my email like 20 times a day. And I don't know like what I'm looking for. But every time I log on to my email, there's like 6 new emails. So then I, go and delete them. And if I don't check my email for 3 days, then I log on and there's like 50 emails. And there's like, what is so important that needs to take up that much room in my inbox, in my brain? So cancel all the email subscriptions. I don't need to be influenced by anyone. I don't need to buy any products right now. The only thing that I'm using my email for is communicating with people. There's a few people I write emails with, and I enjoy that so much. So if I log into my email and there's no emails for like a week, and then I get an email from a friend, that's way more exciting, and it's a lot healthier for my brain. So far, I have been doing this for a week, and the first few days were really hard for me to take this break. And this isn't the first time that I have done something like this where I've gone analog. It's probably like the 4th or 5th time, but every time it's hard for the first few days because it's an addiction. It's like this impulse that you get to grab your phone and to look at it, or you think you hear it vibrating, so you go and grab it, but it's not serving us to do that. Our brains are like, it's kind of sad. It really is kind of sad. But the results are less distraction and overwhelm, more focus and personal accomplishment, finished projects, enhanced mental health and originality, a natural flow of magic in life. Because, okay, I'm a spiritual person and I love synchronicities. I love getting signs from my spirit guides and from the universe that I'm on my right path. And it is a trick to be on the internet and to receive signs in that way, because they are curated and programmed to be biased to whatever it is that you're thinking and doing. And yes, I say thinking because somehow our devices are able to know what we're thinking without us saying anything. There have been so many times when I have had thoughts and I haven't spoken them, and then I'll see an ad or something for a product that will solve this problem that I'm thinking about, and it's disturbing. Why does my phone know that I'm thinking about this thing? So I say that the natural flow of magic returns to your life in a more organic, natural way when you're not on your phone and you're being open and aware to synchronicities in your life around you. I don't think that the signs that come from your phone are signs at all. I just think that it's being manipulated to, control you. So sad. And then you can reconnect with your spirit. Those are all the results. And also just like feeling healthier, happier and healthier. I am choosing better food to eat. I'm just choosing a lot better habits, like lifestyle habits, in my life, because I don't want to be stuck in depression. I don't want to be sick. I have chronic migraines sometimes, and they are especially bad when I am super on my phone and I am eating things that are not good for me. But I choose those foods because I'm so overwhelmed. So it's all a holistic thing, right? If we limit our screen time, we are also diminishing these other areas of our life that are causing us pain and harm, and we're just becoming more happy, I guess. I'm going analog this year, and I cannot wait to share with the world the things that I'm creating. It's going to be fun. So far, it's just like crazy because so far it's been working great. Like I said, I've already read a few books. There's this painting series that I was working on several years ago, and I wanted to expand it. And I've been stuck. I haven't been able to get myself to paint and to do this for a long time. And then I quit technology and it became a priority. So I've already got one painting done. I have another sketched up that I'll probably work on today. I have my big life dream that I want to work on and start bringing it into reality. And yeah, we'll just see what else happens. I'm pretty excited for this new year. It is already feeling good. It's already feeling like things are more possible and optimistic. I hope that this video and this podcast has given you some ideas if you're thinking about going analog, or given you something to think about if you are also a dreamer or an artist or a poet or whoever it is that you are. The world needs more of us, and more of us in our local communities. It's okay to be online, but I think that it's super important that we show up in our local communities as the people that we are, and not just an online identity, because the world isn't going to change by posting on social media. The world is going to change by us showing up in real life and being examples for other people in our communities. And it will be a grassroots change that is hardly noticeable, because who notices the grass in a forest? But it's very essential for a new shift, like what we all would like to see in the world, right? So I encourage you to go analog. Tell me about your thoughts on this topic. Are you somebody that would like to go analog, or do you think that you have an internet addiction problem? And if you do, what are you going to do about it? What are some of your goals that you want to achieve through going analog? Well, it looks like I've already talked way too much. So I'm going to get off here. Thanks so much for joining me on this episode of In the Pursuit of Something Real. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video or listening experience. Okay, have a beautiful day. Bye.